Welcome to the Three River Valley series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're picking up on the 22nd of August 1953. So we're rapidly closing in now on the 1960 start day, and what I want to do in this video is do a little bit of tidying up, push forward our constructions in this area to get some clothes production running, also start putting a bit of focus onto this area so that we can start thinking about actually producing iron, which is the precursor for getting up into this area here. Now, the other thing I also want, and which is the main reason why we're starting quite late in the year, what I want to see up here is how well our population here actually gets through the winter. We've now finished the fire station, and what I want to, we'll do that now while I'm actually thinking about it. What we're going to do is move the fire truck to there and close this one down. We don't need it anymore. It's okay, next 0 because there's no fire trucks in it. I think what I will do is buy another couple of fire trucks while we're here as well. I do want to kind of improve the overall situation. I actually started to think about buying a fire trucks in the fire station itself, because if you're following the channel, you'll be aware that I've just started producing a kind of getting started tutorial type series for new players, and I have to admit is trying to balance the two has been a little bit interesting. Just trying to get that shift. Let's have a look here. Speed, capacity. This is 12, this is 10. I'm looking for something that might have a bit more speed, but I'm not seeing it. I think we'll get 2 more of these Tatras. And the other thing also I've observed by doing that tutorial series is how much I'd actually forgotten about some of the basics of the game, which I don't think about when I'm actually playing this game, because of course I haven't used auto purchase for a very long time. Anyway, so we're now going to get some workforce into here. I certainly wouldn't mind getting some fuel into here as well, but we've got the gas station there, so it's not particularly that problem. What we're going to do is come back to there. What I want to do first is come down to here. Where are we? We're on the wrong town. I want to get over here because I want to try a bit of an experiment as well with respect, because our rail construction is now got to a point where the train's out there, and I want to start signaling up this area, so, and mainly so in preparation for getting a second construction train. And I'm hoping that by doing this, let's gonna come that way. We're going to work our way kind of down the lines like this, so that we don't interfere too much with the construction train. Now just put that there, and go there. This can come here. In some ways this is what you could call a little bit of a dry run for when you go. This can be quite important actually. Chain, get that as close as possible, because it gives you an idea of how well the tracks will actually run. And we're chain signal there, and put one there, one there. Need to think a little bit about this junction, but what we'll do is we'll do one here, and we'll put you there. Chain signal in there, and the chain signal up. Nope, that's wrong. We need mix signals here, and that comes that way, that comes that way. Actually, that's wrong. Don't like that. Let's remove these. I think what we will do is we'll actually make this into single integrated junction. It's going to make things a little bit difficult here, but to be honest, this line here is for the construction trains, so And it shouldn't be that much of a problem because by the time we get to bring in fuel in here, we'll probably be using another rail construction office. So this one won't be quite so important. And I think what we'll do is just put that there and that there. So what that should do is let the game run. We can run a bit faster. That's my train running here. You can see how slow this train actually is, but we don't have anything that can go a bit any faster at the moment. So we'll just see whether the train can actually keep up with that pace there. Now, at the moment, I don't have that much in the way of jobs allocated. Simply because we got this here. I think what I will do is we're going to put the road crews on this for the moment to try and what they can do is actually just come out and deliver the... Nah, I'll just go straight for it actually. I want to get this built through the summer. And the other thing we probably could build is this. And then once everything has been built up here, we can then start working on this processing plant and the iron ore, well, the iron ore processing plant. We got two, so we could probably do this one first. Now, the other thing also I want to do is work on this area here because winter the distance isn't so great. And what I'd like to do is start building those in. And the train seems to be happy. It's not kind of upset about the fact that the signals are there. The signals are changing. I think that will be okay. We've got stuff in here to build what we need to build. We've got enough steel. Did I put any signals here? I might have missed these. Quick look. Wait for him to come out and do his thing. Because obviously... And just put the mixed signals. Yeah. And what that... I mean, technically, because these track lines have been set, the train won't try to come back down this track. What I'm effectively doing is trying to take advantage of this bridge at the moment as a crossover for the construction train. So this area here now is self-contained. So that is good. Now, I think what I also want to do is go flip back up to here because I think I've got a potential problem up here to do with sewage. Again, the winter's just coming in because I was looking at this just before I loaded in. And you can see we've got 114% there. So what I'm thinking is if we use the mod for sewage substation, we use one of these. What I'd like to do is we don't have to cover the whole of the village, the town here. And what I'm thinking is if I put in this about there, and we've got the road there, and I think what just that road, take this road out. Oops. What I'd like to do is into there, I think, or accept that, and then that's been picked up. And what we'll do is we'll build this, and what that will do is collect the sewage from here, and then the trucks can pick up from here, and or should be able to pick up from here. If not, where I have to do some form of connection through, which will allow that to pick up. We'll see how that goes. At the very least, what it means is we'll have a depository here of good stuff, or stuff we want. We're still working on this here. I think it just needs... I think the problem here is actually workforce, I think, now. because we've only got a limited amount here. But once we got this construction office built, we should then be able to speed up the overall construction. I mean, to be honest, at the moment, this area is still very much like a kind of work in progress is probably the polite way of saying it, because it's going to be a bit erratic. We got 3 fire engines in there, which is good. We got these guys doing their thing, and we're going to kind of scoot back to over here. Now, as you might, whoops. Now, as you might guess, is at the moment, most things at the moment I'm in kind of a catch-up mode with respect to getting everything sorted in this area. A little bit worried about that. There's no. Why is that not showing any smoke? Do we have a heating problem? I've had this before. But yeah, the heating started to drop a little bit there. So, and what is this? What did I put? Oh yeah, I forgot about this. We need to build that. This is actually a distribution office, I think. The reason I'm putting this in here is because what I want to do is change the route so that the cement exports we're producing here don't go all the way up this road, and then we can get the shorter distance to over there. So we got that there. What else have we got? Track is slowly crawling up through the route here. Stop mechanism. Where's the? What route are you working on? Do we have a problem? We don't have a problem. What? Oh. Okay, so he's working on that area there. Just noticed that what I would like to do is kind of maybe work on that as the second one. You get a very quick flash with respect to the power station. Where's that? That was the. Oh, we got no workers in the power station. I think maybe it's time to replace these buses. They're not really. Oh no, I mean they got 120 workers. It's just I mean, how much workforce have we got over here? It's not like we got a shortage of workforce. Let me just see. Let me just look at what's connected to this. So we got one coming down from there. Under what is this thing? This is 70 kilometers an hour. It carries 16 workers. This is 55 and it only carries 20. I think what we're going to need to do is, and of course this is one of the downsides of realistic mode, is we're going to bring in a better one of these ices. I think actually we're going to bring 2 of them, and I think I'm going to need to work on actually improving the pension off some of these smaller vehicles now. I mean, because 55 is not really fast enough now, especially when the snow comes, because of course they're dropped to 25. So I think maybe it's time to replace those ices in this area. Okay. How's the population going? Well, the population is still growing. The other thing I've also done is I've planned in an orphanage up here. We've got an orphanage just in here, but I'm not planning on building it just yet. We've also got some wood production going here now with respect to boards. In fact, we're filling up the boards quite nicely now. So, fire, where is it? We're going to be a little bit obsessed with fire. It's over here. This is good. Probably going to need to look at upgrading trucks in this area as well. Although, to be honest, the distances are quite short and the economy there is quite stable. We're going to need a distribution office here. Take things. So we're going to need a couple of open holes, which were to let me just see. We can get a couple of open holes here. What we're looking for, capacity and speed. You've got 17. You do 40 kilometers an hour. That's probably a little bit slow. You've got 10. Okay, we're going to buy a couple of those. And we're going to want you to distribution office. There. So what we need is, where's this route that's with the Zeisses on it? Just pick you up. You're picking up from there. I'm quite happy with them going from there. What I'm after is the route that... What route are you on? Okay, that's the route that you've got. You're delivering to there. We got two big-ish buses on it. That's good. Maybe it is the Zeisses that are... What route are you on? That's the prison bus. Because we don't have a lot of... Well, we get a few prisoners in there. Let's see. Okay, maybe how many workers we got? We don't have a lot of workers in there. So maybe we don't need the there. What we do need is the one route from here. Okay, let's just see. Yeah, this is the route. We need to add these on. Like that. And you've got no passengers, so we'll actually sell you. This is you're the fast one. It's the Zeiss we need to sell, isn't it? Oops. Why can't I? Right, where are you? What we're going to do is sell you, get back 6,000 odd rubles. And you're going to deliver to there. And what we're going to do is check this route now. This has got two routes on it. This has got two good buses coming in from there. And I don't know, this one's okay. So we're not a problem. These aren't a problem. So we've got a spare bus in here should we need it. What we probably could do is, oh no, we've got plenty of buses in there, so there's no point. Sources without boards, yes, thank you. So we've now got this area working. Actually, have I actually built the... That's a point, isn't it? Am I setting up a route for... We haven't actually built... All of these is it's trying to work out. We haven't actually built the storage yet, so much of that idea. How was the accommodation here? Let's have a quick look and see what we got in the way of free apartments. Yeah, we got plenty of slack in here at the moment. It's good. This is built, coming together quite quickly. Do we have any problems up here yet? No, we're waiting for mechanisms. So with winter coming, I don't really want to kick this off because this is quite close and we could build this relatively quickly once the new year comes round. And the one thing I want to do is we got train depot there. Yeah, the depot's connected properly, so we're okay. We got a nice supply of logs here and boards. I'm just wondering. Well, we're building out through here. So, wow, that's finished already. Building has no power supply. Okay, so we need to think about a power supply in this area so that we've got, make sure we got that working. So we got power to there, to there. And where's the substation? In here somewhere. Got a switch there, which actually connected. Look, that switch is a little bit overloaded at the moment. That's a potential issue. And what we got here at the moment is a substation here, which is supplying this area. So what I want to do is possibly put in a substation about here. Maybe we can get it. This will cover this area, and you can't build due to. That will also have. Actually, if we put it, this one up here, wherever it is gone, is there. That. Well, let me just zoom out a bit. That covers everything to there. I think maybe if we put a substation in about, that should cover this. So if we put a substation in, say about there, and we'll just put it up with, okay, we got a mud footpath here. It's causing a problem, but it's only a muddy footpath, so we can get rid of that. We might need to leave that one. We need to put a gravel road in there. Set that. Put this on there. And I think what we'll do is for a temporary fix were. Well, no one's ever going to go up here, are they? So, and what we got to do is run a power connection to where's the substation? We got a substation here, and we got to run all the way down to there. I think it'd be cheaper to. Oops, no, let's just put a full powered one on. We run to about there. Across into there. There. I've gone completely the wrong direction. Come there. And I think if we can pick up through to there. Accept that. And of course, so I don't forget it, we'll just connect that to there. What that will do is get a power supply in here. We'll just set this to limited. And what that should do is take some of the pressure off that underground cable that runs down to here. Yeah, because at the moment we've got two power lines running in here, which, yeah, so what's the consumption from this? Is not pulling that much. That's pulling into this one, which is 41%. That's okay. Yeah, we're good on that. We've now built these, which is a good winter project. I think we're just going to keep going with the winter projects as well. So let's keep that going. What's this here? Let me get this all finished. And then eventually we'll work our way back to this so that we got this gravel and coal pickup point here. Because we are moving into October and things are, so we're just going to scoot back to here. Like we've now got this, but we need this built first. And then once we got that built, we've got our... Oh, wow. Where's all these trucks gone? It looks like they're actually working on this area here. Just zoom out a bit. Let me just get out to a wider angle. Don't use this very often. Well, I suppose I don't think I can actually load more onto this distribution office. I was expecting this not to be so busy. Well, we got crops, we got alcohol. How much money are we making then? Exports. Need 5,000 tons. Okay. Well, looks like we're going to need another construction, not construction office, distribution office. Can we get one in here? Let me just see. Distribution office. That was a surprise. I wasn't expecting to have to build one of these, but we will build it. Shove it in there. Of course, we're going to need to get the through on that. And these guys should pick it up automatically and do their stuff. Where are you going? Oh, I think I've moved these guys on to picking up from over here now, just to try and save a bit of cash. That's okay. It's not a problem. We can solve that. It's not, it's not the end of the world. That's now built, so my 2 trucks in here, we can assign you to pick up from here. Actually, it might be better just to give them a direct pickup. Actually, you can pick up wood because they can come straight down this route here, and you can deliver logs to there 100%, and we can just top that up as we go. That's done. Right, let's whip up to the top here and see how things are going. We'll see what is the problem that you've got. Is it just that we've got excavators? You're assigned to it. It's workforce, isn't it? We've got the buses going in here. Where are you going? Wait, why are you building a coal mine? I want you building a coal mine. Go away. How did that get past? That means we've probably got a half-built coal mine up here. In fact, we've got a nearly finished coal mine up here, which could have been a risk because it would have burnt down and we'd have lost all those resources. So cancelling that is we got a part-built one. Yeah, and I don't want that coal mine for a long time, so there's no point having that. And that's what's actually causing the problem here. So, yep, that's so if we go back to here, And of course, it was so far away I couldn't actually see it. This is now being built, so we can get this built. Do we still have a sanitation problem here? Yep, it's still terrible. We get any sanitation problems anywhere else? Yeah, we do need to get this functioning. 77%. Yeah, this system just isn't working. Okay. I just want to see if I can put in the actual outflow here. Let me just see sewage outflow, sewage discharge. Let's see if we can put the proper one in. Seriously. Okay, I've actually got away with it. It's a little bit high up on the ground there, but it's actually worked. We'll get rid of that, put part there and connect that. So it looks like we're going to have to build a sewage discharge facility here. Of course, we can't drop off on it, but what it does mean is that we could possibly build a proper discharge point here. And then not just get rid of this, and then if we put a pipeline in, let me just see if I can do that. Sewage treatment, sewage loading, unloading. I think if we can put it about there, that would be close enough to provide support to the town. In fact, I'd be quite happy to push it. If I could get it on this corner, I think I'd be quite happy to have it on this corner here, like that. And then this is where we can have some fun, because I would like to put a switch in. Say about, press that. Then we'll put a large pipe to there, and then we'll run a large pipe all the way. Yeah, it says the tunnel is above the ground at some point. Okay, that's not going to work. I think the problem is in the contours here. This is no good. It's too high. Okay, we're gonna have to put this is rising, isn't it? Yep. This. Gonna waste some resources again. Demolish. Right, what we're gonna have to do is try and do a bit of terrain management here. We're just going to push this down a bit, get it closer to the water. Not something I really wanted to do, but I can't see got any real choice here. Problem is the level of the rocks here. Right, this is a bit lower. Problem now is the footpath, whether we can get the footpath to there. Haha. Just love this game sometimes. Right, let's just see if we can get the sewage discharge pipe to hook up now. Whether it will. Okay, we've got a connection there. And we are going to come in from that direction there. Set those. Put that there. And we'll just put the connections through. In fact, I think for completeness, we're connection to there. Well, so what we'll do is we'll have a supply system here. I know it's not close enough to here, but when this isn't a maximum high priority at the moment, we do need to get this sorted out here first. I always was, when I actually built the map, actually I was a bit nervous about the having this here. Okay, that's now allocated and we can get that built. These sewers are going to be very expensive, but I think in the short term, if we can get that built, that will solve the sanitation problem. And of course, this is being built. This is good. Okay, we got it sorted, even if it did take a little two attempts. Thank you, game. Let's get back over to here. This is in the process of being built. So is this. Here, mechanisms again. We've got the roller just finishing off here. Actually, the old economy is starting to look pretty good, actually. And that should be it, and these should disappear. And of course, we'll now get that built. In fact, I think I'm not exactly sure why. Let me just check something. For some reason, these guys haven't been allocated. I'm not exactly sure why. What I will do is come into there too, and we'll add you to the list. So that's indicate this is another curiosity, because if I actually show you here, we don't actually have an open hole in here yet. That when I showed the listing for here, it says that you can deliver steel, but it doesn't actually have anything to deliver steel from. Here comes the snow. So that's a little bit of a flaw in the game. It can be a little bit misleading. We've got a full 30 tons in there. I'll just make sure nobody can ever get there. So we've got the full 30 tons of logs tucked in there. We need to get these built, and we can start to get some workforce in here. I don't want any workforce in here at the moment. What you're doing in there, you shouldn't be in here. Now, I did get a comment about using this linen factory and making fabric from crops and wood. And I know it's not within the game mechanics, but I have a little bit of an issue with the game, especially with respect to an early start, because chemicals in the use of production of clothes is had an unusual cycle, because of course back in when chemicals were like nylon were first invented, nylon became very much the in thing, and what happened was the synthetic materials were everything, and especially I think in the 60s and 70s you had nylon shirts until people realized how uncomfortable they were in hot weather. So, and what you've had now, especially under the impact of climate change, is a resurgence in cotton and linen. And of course, now you've actually got clothes made from bamboo. So while, yes, I accept this isn't within the game structure, I think in the absence of the fact that we don't have farms that produce cotton and possibly flax for linen, I think this is Nova's done a very good job in kind of simulating what the way clothes production would have been, especially seeing the fact this is the Tudor linen factory, and the way the clothes that people would have worn right up until the 1950s, even into the 1960s. Because quite oddly, clothes produced from chemicals and synthetic items now aren't seen as particularly aren't seen as the luxury goods, yet in the 50s and 60s they were. It's a little bit oddball like that. I think we can now, we can't, oh, is that all? We need to, I think we can probably start building that now. Just want to whiz over and check that substation. Make sure that's being built. Yeah, we can get that built as well. And you can see how quickly this area has been built up. Maybe just to put a bit of pressure for the winter, because we're only on the 1st of December. Our population has reached about 12,000, which is kind of how's the yeah. So we're now starting to get a little bit more in the way of unemployment. We got it says due to work no workplace. Just see where that unemployment actually is. Unemployment. Yeah, we got a little bit of unemployment here, but that's no problem as long as that's kept full, so that we're getting plenty of workers out to here. And probably most of the unemployment at the moment is up here, because we're in that dilemma when you build a new city that you've got lots of people coming in because the population is growing, but what you don't get is people who are actually so we've got people over here that are kind of got nothing to do. It's quite spread quite evenly. Because what we could do for the moment is just kind of just increase this a little bit, just so that they've got things to do. But more importantly, what we got now is quite promising in the sense that we've got quite a lot of workers here. Because what we're going to need to do is when this is finished, in fact, I'm going to need another distribution office. No, we've got the distribution office here. Actually, yeah, well, yeah, that's another thing I need to think about. Is we're going to need a distribution office. I think we got what I was building this one, so we need to build this one. This is to bring the iron down from this store here. Once this is up and running, let me just see. And of course, we've now got. Where is it? This has been built. So what we need to do is go up to here and pick up a cement truck, which is probably going full bore. Where are you? You're probably traveling down here, so I'll put you in there. Don't want to disrupt anyone that's actually carrying. You can come into there. Actually, we'll put them all in here, actually. Get it over and done with. We might lose a little bit in the way of cement, but that's actually going to the customs post. I'll let you run that. Okay, you're going to the customs post. Where are you? Okay. This guy was very close by, so you can pick up cement there. Anything over 20%. So we got a reserve there, and you can actually now sell the cement to the border, and away you guys can go. And I think what we'll do is we'll kind of disable this office by saying, oh, not that one, by putting this up to 89%. Actually, what we could do is just oops, keep clicking the wrong one. Okay. Just let that run. And I'm aware that I'm running out of time, so what we'll do is just have another quick recap round. We've got this area that's now built up. Let's see what our train is up to. He's now pulled back and started working on this section of track. Now he's finished that. What I want him to do is build up. Actually, no, I think what we'll do is I would like him to get out to, in fact, so what I'm going to do is get him to finish off the bit that he'd already started. So we pick up you there, and we're going to get him to, where is it? There's the bit of track. We need to finish this bit, which is 11%. And I want him to finish this bit and then come back and So there's a kind of order to what's actually being built. Because if we can finish this diamond here, what I could do, especially this back curve, get this done. I could put a crossover there and start pushing a train out that way. And more importantly, what we could do then is start possibly building the track round to here. The other thing we're also going to need to think about is a road bridge, actually, is where you need to get to this oil. That will be the subject of the next video. As I say, just to kind of do a double check, we're going to take a quick look up here. Looking round, I think we're still going to have to wait for them to finish the construction office, get this built. Hopefully that will solve the sanitation problems, because health risks, because sewage overflow, everything is now starting to clog up. I'm really going to need to work hard on this sewage process, but this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.